Hi Capricorn, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2013, and with Venus in your sign for such a long time, you'll be more in the mood to be the supporter. You'll be more in the mood to engage with others. You'll be more in the mood to accept gracefully others' admiration, of course, as ever, but also their support, their facilitation for you. Now, until the 22nd, the Sun is in the sign before yours, and that means there's going to be more of a pull towards things going on in the background, behind the scenes, in your private life, maybe related to the past as well. There could be something on the drawing board you're working on. It's preparation. I see this area as a cocoon area where you can incubate things, where something's growing there and taking shape. Until the 5th, Mercury is putting the mental focus in a very sociable area through friendships, associations, special groups that you are associated with, and discussions and ideas will tend to be future orientated and get you thinking along fresh lines, a new track. Great for networking, great for anything to do with the net, anything to do with technology in general, actually. But definitely your thinking will be more progressive or even a little unconventional at this time. But then Mercury moves on the 5th and comes into the same area as the Sun, turning your mind inwards, you thinking from deeper levels, you being introspective, more open to emotional or subtle changes, and just maybe others seeing you as a little bit preoccupied, because it's so easy for you to just zone out from, you know, being absolutely in the present, on the ball, alert now. And so you should be. Your sign isn't given to that, but actually this is a good time to sort of let your mind just wander a little bit. When it comes to getting down to brass tacks, or to be certain about this or that or the other thing, you might find that some things are a little bit up in the air. Some things aren't quite certain. You're a bit at 6s and 7 over at some things, but just trust, listen to your inner guidance, and hold the vision of how you would like things to be, and move beyond any kind of stressing because you can't quite be certain about something. Now, yes, the planet of love, potential material success, physical balance, and the arts, and all kinds of other things, including money, Venus is in your sign. So you need to work that energy. And because, of course, as ever with astrology, as I'm always saying, it doesn't just land in our laps, plonk, and the planets do it for us. There are weather systems coming in. They're invisible, they're kind of intangible, but they are weather systems coming in. And you Capricorns who've been undergoing the transit of Pluto, if it's been near the degree of your Sun, will know exactly what I mean when you felt the pressure and the intensity of that energy. And that is a little tiny planet way out on the periphery of our solar system. So anyway, this planet Venus, which is chalk from cheese compared to Pluto, although she can, you know, get her kind of black frilly underwear on sometimes and be quite sort of intense and sizzly, but also she can also get very deeply involved in a relationship, whether that is to do with a love relationship, romantic type one, or a family one, or just very, very passionate about an idea, maybe, you know. And it's likely that actually Venus will pop across Pluto in her transit through your sign, and that is a time of maybe a radical shift in a relationship of some kind. But in general, this is a very long transit lasting until next March, and that transiting of Pluto in your sign would happen in December. Well, as far as this December goes, although she could be going backwards and going over that point again, and now I'm beginning to go off at a tangent. But she's in your sign. This is a time for you maybe to have a bit of a makeover. This is a time for you to kind of, you know, get sort of scrubbed up in some way. You know, go for a new look maybe. Yes, and Venus will tend to help you to come across in a more appealing, more persuasive kind of a way. You can really click with other people, great for business as well as personal life. If you're trying to sell something, if you're trying to plug something, promote something, it's going to be good for that. Because people would tend to like your style. For some, you know, there's a little bit of a kind of a glow around you with Venus here, and you need to enhance that energy. You need to work on that energy to emphasize that energy more with your look. And also physically, you know, if things have been out of sorts physically, Venus here can help you find the right diet, the right exercise regime, the right, therapist or health provider, or and she can do that as well. But again, you need to meet the criteria of that energy and to look for the balance. Set your intention at balance, and don't take anything less, because Venus is the planet of that balance, and she will help you to find that balance with, you know, if it's anything to do with health. It's not all easy peasy though. Venus can make you feel a bit more self-indulgent. There's no opinion about which direction that potential abundance is flowing in, you know. So it might mean that you are maybe overstretching yourself with your resources, and you don't want to be doing that. You want the resources to be coming towards you. So just be aware of that. Now, until the 8th, Mars is in an area where you can be gathering information, learning through doing, expanding into new territories, plunging into new scenarios, learning stuff, maybe some of you traveling, you know, and physical energy may be needed as you push the envelope of your daily life, which you should be doing actually with Mars here. But then from the 8th, Mars begins a super duper long transit of Libra, and that's right at the top of your solar chart, in a very dynamic angle to your sun sign, but also in a house of your solar chart that your sun sign likes very much. So this Mars position indicates that this will be the time for putting physical effort, decisiveness, initiatory energy into goals, ambitions in the wider world. So for some of you that equates to career matters, work, and for others, you know, just points on the map for you to get to where you want to go. And you thinking more about reputation, you thinking more about standing in a community, kudos, maybe image, outer image. And you could get frustrated at times with the powers that be and red tape and bureaucracy. But if you manage to keep your cool and not be too hasty, because Mars can be very impatient, you will make progress with the master plan. Others will tend to see you more as the authority yourself. In fact, you could cross swords with authority figures at times. You don't have to, but the Mars energy tends to be a bit pushy. But also others could see you as the authority figure. So try to be the benevolent one, you know, sitting at the seat of power, rather than maybe a bit too bossy, which it wouldn't be your fault. It would just be Mars there. But this is such a long transit. I'll be speaking about it more on other occasions. Now, look out for the second half of December. I reckon from about the 20th onwards, when Mars is spinning over the degrees of Uranus and Pluto. You know, this could be some sort of, as I said before, radical shift in a relationship there, because Mars will be contacting Venus as well. And the restless energy means changes in the air. Whether we like it or not, that might be some event out there, you know, which is not personally connected to you, although we are all connected, but, you know, at several removes from you, but which impacts your lifestyle in some way or other. But it can be in your own, you know, in your own backyard sort of thing. And the disruption of this energy may be felt by others around you because it comes through you, through something that you're doing or saying, or indeed it can be coming from them to you. So if you do feel ambushed, then try to take things in your stride. You know, you're already being tipped the wink because you're expecting it. take things in your stride and just be open to translating the writing on the wall. Now, what is this saying to me? You know, you might have to kind of decode it. And for some of you, this could herald a new chapter related to your goals in life, relating to the area, the more public area of your life, but also a key relationship there as well. And you Capricorns born between the 5th and the 11th of January, or with 15 to 21 degrees of Capricorn rising, going to feel that energy the most this month. No, rewind. That was for Jupiter. So, okay. Right, so you Capricorns born on the 21st to the 22nd of December. Okay, I'm stopping here, Duncan. So for some of you, this could herald a new chapter related to goals in life. I'm going to start from there. For some of you, this could herald a new chapter related to your goals in life, particularly with a key relationship. And you Capricorns born the 21st to 22nd of December onwards to around the middle of January, or with 0 to 13 degrees rising, going to feel the energy the most this month. So that's going to be around about the 13th, 14th, 15th of January. Now, until next July, Jupiter is opening the way to growth through close personal, professional alliances. Because of these alliances, your horizons will tend to be broadening, and others will tend to be interested in your take on things. This could be a really special relationship, actually. And if the Jupiter energy is working in the way it wants to work here, and you're allowing it and you're opening the doors to it, then, and casting your nets wide, reaching out into unfamiliar areas to sort of reel this unfamiliar type, somebody that you wouldn't have seen yourself with, put it like that, or you relating to this person in a way that you never would have dreamed you would. Reel that towards you, because you will learn a lot from it, and it will bring a certain abundance into your life. It will enrich your life in whatever way, and this could be materially as well. So others will tend to be more interested in your take on things because you come from such a different place to them, and vice versa. That's the way Jupiter wants to do this in this area of your chart, if you will allow it and if you will reach out for it. So partners, colleagues, clients, employees will get you thinking more expansively, and probably you're going to learn a lot through them. And you Capricorns born between the 5th and the 11th of January, with 15 to 21 degrees rising, going to feel the energy the most. Saturn, your ruling planet, is now in a much more helpful angle to your sun sign than it was before. So this will take some of the edge off the dire Pluto energy as it may have been felt when Saturn was in Libra. That was up until October 2012. So this means that you can be more successful. You've got to put your right foot forward, but you can be more successful if you put a steady flow of energy into group connections, networking, friendships, contacts, a social circle, a specialist group, a special group that you connect with in some way. Finding your place in that pecking order might be slow. And actually, one of the tricks that Saturn can pull is that she separates us from such a scenario. She separates us from friends, the group, the special. So you have to work it always depends where you are in your life, but you have to work quite hard at establishing yourself in that hierarchy, in that, and maybe, you stumble upon a group that you never really knew were there before, and you didn't know they operated in that way before, and you're just a little kind of humble, little kind of speck that nobody knows. But gradually you can rise up the level with this energy here and establish yourself in the eyes of others. And you Capricorns born the 6th to the 11th of January, or with 16 to 21 degrees rising, going to feel the energy the most this month. And Saturn, the current positions of Saturn and Neptune and Jupiter really will be helping you towards a deeper understanding in relationships, but also in community, in friendships, and those that you can cultivate, those that are most useful to you in your life, but definitely a new relationship could open your heart to open your heart and open your mind to new horizons. So watch that space. And so that's it for December. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those. It'll give a more rounded view of what I've said here. And also, if you want to know the degrees of the outer planets, I update that every month. That's on my website. And I wish you a happy time in the festive season, doing your thing, doing whatever you really enjoy. And I'll see you in the new year, but probably before.